You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good Thursday morning to you, sir.
Right back at you, John. Heidi, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm pretty darn good, you know.
Good.
She was kind of my first kind of movie crush, which is weird when you're thinking about it. Birthdays today include Anne Bancroft.
Oh, yeah.
Played Mrs. Robinson in the film The Graduate.
Okay.
Robinson.
She was all right. Iowa, United States Senator Chuck Grassley. Just Chuck, I love you, but give it up. You're 87. You've been in the Senate for almost 40 years.
I went to his office when I was in D.C.
Yes.
He's got a huge, really nice, like right when you walk in the door, big office because he's been there a long time.
Yeah, since 81, actually.
Yeah, and I was searching for John Thune's office, and they're like, yeah, he's in the trailer out back.
He's clapping the erasers out back.
His office was pretty nice, too. I got to go to all of the offices.
And a big fan of this guy. He really kind of cut quite a path when it came to country music. Hank Williams, born this day. Cold Heart, Hey Good Looking, which is being used in a commercial right now.
Really?
Hey Good Looking, yeah, and I forget the commercial, but whatever. And you cannot listen to She Thinks I Still Care and not cry like a baby.
Yeah. Didn't he sing There's a Tear in My Beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, lots of hits, man. And passed away at the age of 30.
Yeah, that's really sad. Way too young.
Yeah, well, you know, you can have your snoot and the juice like that. Something's bound to give. Bound to give. What's going on? Let's see. Heidi's a big fan, 1964. The Beatles
Oh, yes.
are paid a then record, and this is still good ching all these years later. They were paid for a concert in Kansas, 1964, $150,000.
That's a lot of dough.
That's a big payday these days for
Yeah.
a band.
That's almost what I'm going to make today doing the thing out at Zeal.
Absolutely. No idea what he's talking about.
Food truck event.
Oh!
I'll talk about
Play
it later.
music.
Don't you worry.
Can't wait. 1972, the TV series MASH debuts on CBS.
My grandpa always watched that.
My dad loved that.
Quite a hit and huge day in American history. You bet it was. 1787, this very day, the U.S. Constitution is signed by the delegates at the Philadelphia Convention.
Nice.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union. And just in case you keep it score at home, that bad boy has been amended 27 times so far.
But it's still intact, and it's still a living, breathing document that we should all know.
Constitution of the United States. Nothing like it had ever been done before.
Closest would be like the Magna Carta.
But since then, a lot of other countries
yeah.
have followed. So
Yeah, there's countries that have copied it word for word.
powerful stuff.
No, maybe not word for word, but pretty close. Well, Dan, thanks for all of that.
Sure thing.
And I'm going to be inviting folks later if you're looking for something to do for lunch today and you like eating food out of a truck. I'm going to tell you where you can do that.
Boy, you couldn't have tied a prettier ribbon around that, John.
It's a food truck. Later today at Zeal. If
Food truck.
it's on our Facebook page, and I'll tell you more about that delicious offer in just a bit. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water.
Tap water.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a snappy salute off the well-starched brim of the Ranger hat to you two crazy little knuckle-headed lovebirds. You stand good to see you. Heidi!
Ranger Dan.
Whoa, you must be a high test score, because I want to take you home and show you to my mother.
My favorite. That's
Oh, boy. Hey, little Radio Rangers, gather around, quit messing around. That's all there is to it. Time for a little critter knowledge, and I thought this might be kind of interesting. Digging way, way deep into the annals of critters and things you may not know about. In fact, I'm pretty darn sure you'd never heard of this critter in your life, so let's do it. Critters you don't know and the weird stuff they do.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a little thing called a snake eel.
A snake eel?
It's a snake eel. It's a group of slender, sinuous, I don't know what that means, fish. They can be anywhere from 2 feet up to 8 feet long.
Ew.
Yep, and they live in the oceans, live in those big old waterways. And they perform a little thing that I just refer to as kind of a gruesome, tricky little escape after they've been swallowed by a bigger predator-type fish. What'll happen is these snake eels, they will burst out of the predator's stomachs.
Oh.
But that grisly little bid for freedom pretty much leaves them in worse shape than before, so I don't know why the heck they keep on doing it. Here's the thing. Snake eel species' tail ends have a sharp little bony tip. Now, when they're swallowed by a big old predator fish, they'll use the tip of that tail to swiftly burrow on through the stomach lining of that predatory fish that swallowed them live. And that tip will punch right through, but on their way out trying to leave that fish that just swallowed them up tail first, well, they just get stuck there, and what happens is that snake eel just kind of mummifies in the belly and dies anyway.
Oh.
Tell me God doesn't have a sense of humor. Let's see Disney include that little bugger in the next Nemo or Little Mermaid sequel. Oh boy, I got it. Hey, fun fact, and this has nothing to do with that, but did you know, Little Rangers, that people eat like tons more bananas than they do monkeys? Think about it. When's the last time you ate a dang monkey? For me, it's been a couple of weeks. That's all the time we have. Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Nobody wants to buy car insurance. It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's something you need if you want to drive your car. So even if you don't want to buy insurance, you probably have to get it from someone. So why not buy it from InsuranceChicken.com? Okay, I'll admit, our website name is dumb. InsuranceChicken.com. Yeah, our marketing department is not that great. But our selection of insurance options is amazing. See if we can save you money each month on our dumb website, InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris. It's brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water.
Tap water.
Dan, what do we have today?
Well, the Sioux Falls City Council, along with the mayor, finally got it done. Budget has been okie dokied.
Yeah, I saw that.
Amendment for the next, we're looking at about $600 million budget.
And if you think that being the squeaky wheel doesn't ever pay off, look at the Sioux Falls Municipal Band. You'll realize that you're wrong.
And I don't think any of us has slept since the funding got pulled for the municipal band. But,
I agree.
They threw it back into the package, a whopping $112,000. That is the Parks and Rec operating budget. They added that, so the municipal band, which apparently was out of business, but now they're back in business.
Yeah.
So that's just part of it. Where the heck the rest of the $600 million is going, beats me.
They're not divulging all of that. The most important part is that they're giving some to the band.
Well, and also, part of this, Sioux Falls City Council has signed off now on a plan to designate over 500 acres of Foundation Park, which is northwest of here, as a tax increment financing district or TI, whatever it means. Anyway, that has a big deal to do with that Amazon distribution facility.
Okay.
That's been in and out of the news for the past couple months.
Any plans to finish that parking garage?
No, but I'm glad you brought that up because we've got that $22 million parking ramp downtown.
Right.
And it's a lovely structure if you've driven by it.
It's lovely.
Kudos to the city people who made that happen. Kudos.
Yeah.
But they're looking for developers for 2 other spots for parking spaces downtown right now for developers.
Are you
got
kidding?
Another couple acres in the downtown area. They're looking for somebody to go, hey, you want to snag this and do some parking? I have no idea what's going on there.
Oh, that's infuriating.
I'll have more details on that on tomorrow's show, actually.
Oh, nice. So you're going to be super snoop.
I'm all over this because that 5-story parking ramp downtown that nothing is happening with.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody's been talking about that for months.
It has kind of been quiet, hasn't it?
It has, and it shouldn't be quiet at all.
No, it shouldn't.
Because as it stands, Sioux Falls taxpayers are on the hook for that bad.
Yep.
For a big chunk of that. So what's going to happen with that, I don't know. I really don't. But, I'm all over it because, I'm an investigative reporter. I do a lot of digging, and I really need to thank Kello for the story I just did.
I got to tell you, Dan, you, by the way, you're kind of the unsung hero. You are the finest investigative reporter we have on staff.
Wow.
You really are.
Wow.
Holy
it's a big
cow.
day.
You're the only one.
Not to
you're also
belittle
the
my
finest.
team. That's my job.
Just want to make sure. Make sure we put that out there. All right. It's so just dumb sometimes in here. Hey, I want to take a moment right now, speaking of dumb things, to remind folks about...
Oh, I just can't
Dan
do
doesn't
Dan's
like
not a
that
fan of that
sound.
jingle. That little jingle jangle could be in your pocket. Not quite by this time tomorrow. But
providing
real soon.
you have a sizable pocket, my friend.
But tomorrow at 10 a.m. is when we're going to be delivering this.
May want to add a little elastic to that pocket of yours.
So if I were you, I would register now, before it slips your mind. Now, not tomorrow, not tonight, not later today, now. sunnyradio.com. It is the, say it with me, folks, Change Your Life sweepstakes.
Well, it was really snappy in the last meeting.
Couldn't have gone better. It's that.
Hey,
We are professionals.
if we don't do it, who will? NPR? I don't think so.
They're raising money for themselves. We're digging through sofas for you. Change Your Life sweepstakes. Register now at sunnyradio.com.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. The new way is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
Time now for our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And today we shine our Bright Spot of News on a really great event that's coming up this weekend. I've got Jamie Lynn Connors joining me. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, John?
I'm fantastic. Now, this event I first heard about maybe a month and a half ago, and I'm super excited that you guys are doing what you're doing. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening this Saturday.
Awesome. So what we're going to be doing is it's an awareness event and a fundraiser event. So the fundraising is going to be for Operation Underground Railroad. They focus on the eradication of child sex trafficking. It's a very deep topic, but it's a huge one. So we're doing our fundraising for them. There's going to be a live raffle with over 25 local businesses involved, and we're going to have local speakers all the way from Call to Freedom and Bikers Against Child Abuse, and we're also going to have some survivors there speaking. So it'll be a really educational event.
Now, if people listening would like to get involved, how do they get involved? Is there a fee to get involved? What is the process to get involved and help with this?
Yes, so there is no fee to get involved. It is a free event. We're actually having free food from Boss's Pizza and Chicken there, as well as drinks and soda and water donated from Coca-Cola. So we're just asking free will donations for those products. All you can do, you can just go to Save Our Children, Sioux Falls, so SF, and click going and show up, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty easy to get involved.
And the hashtag is hashtag Save Our Children SF. Again, hashtag Save Our Children SF. I've got a link to the page on our Facebook page as well. You'll find that on the Sunny Radio page to make it really easy to find, and also on the Sioux Falls News page to make it easy to find. Now, what time does everything get started this Saturday?
So we're starting at 1 p.m., and this is at Faywick Park, so a lot of people know it as the Statue of David Park.
Yeah.
And it starts at 1 p.m., and it's going until 5 p.m.
So this,
perfect time.
Yeah, perfect. This Saturday from 1 till 5. And if people would like to come down, or is this the kind of thing that you want families to come to, or would it be more like mom and dad come to, or how does that work?
We really wanted to make it a family-friendly environment. So we are going to be having inflatables for the children. We're also having Dakota snow cones come down, so they're going to be there. So a little bit of stuff for the kids as well. I know it's a tough topic, but there's no swearing, there's no graphic images or language going to be used. It is a deep topic, but I think it's important as well to let families know what's going on since it involves children.
And so many times when you hear about things happening to children, where children are abducted, sometimes you kind of wonder if, maybe if this child would have known a little more about this, they would have been a little more cautious. And I understand. I'm not trying to blame any child for being abducted. It's never their fault if somebody abducts a child. Yeah. But I'm saying if the more they know, the better off I think it would be for everybody is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, you said it perfectly. That's exactly right. And that's kind of our goal, is just to make sure that everybody gains some awareness on this. And even including children, they can learn a little bit about the signs of people that aren't necessarily there to do the right things. So we're trying to reach out to everybody, and we encourage people to bring their children. You don't need to find a babysitter for this event. It's very family friendly, and it's put together by pretty much a group of moms. So we are making sure that everything is very appropriate for children.
And I've had a chance to meet several of the people involved, and I'm in the group chat that's on Facebook. And let me tell you, a bunch of people who care a lot about this topic. And I think that is fantastic. So I love that. I think it's amazing. I wish you the very best. I wish I could be there. I was telling you earlier, I got another obligation this Saturday, but I encourage other folks to get out there. It's from 1 till 5 this Saturday. It's at Faywick Park, downtown Sioux Falls. I'm going to throw all of the information on our Facebook page, so you can find that at facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News.
If you take Viagra or Cialis, call now with your prescription and pay as little as $2 a pill. Call Pharmacy Shop 24/7 to get generic versions of Viagra or Cialis for as little as $2 a pill, plus free discreet shipping.
Call 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. 800-214-7977. Again, that's 800-214-7977.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fabulous. And they get insanely wealthy and buy stuff and then go, I don't really need that. Maybe I'll sell it. Not that I need the money, but whatever. Hey, and I know you're a fan, Heidi, and John, you too. Kiss, Gene Simmons.
Okay.
Kiss, rock icon since the 70s.
Yeah,
I heard him.
Has one of his joints up for sale in the Hollywood Hills.
Okay.
And
How
it's
much?
only $2.2 million.
Oh, geez.
Which ain't a whole lot of scratch
that
when you think
doesn't
about
seem
it.
like much at all.
So yeah, rock star Gene Simmons singing a little farewell tune to his Hollywood Hills little hacienda. The legendary Kiss frontman is hoping a buyer will pucker up, purchase that little rockin' abode for $2.2. Simmons, who's 70 years old these days, by the way, bought the split-level home back in 1968.
Okay.
So he's had this joint for a long time. Paid $1.5 million for it then, so he ain't asking for a whole lot more. I don't think he's lived there for quite a while.
Right.
It's like he owned the, maybe he was renting it out or something. Structures on a gated private road set atop Los Angeles' Laurel Canyon, featuring walls of glass, panoramic views that span the downtown L.A. skyline, the Hollywood sign, Griffith Park Observatory, Santa Monica Mountains. So it's pretty nice, but it's not very big.
Right.
It's really not very big. It's, let's see here. Fans, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's even 2,000 square feet.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so when it comes to
what would you even do there?
Celebrity places.
Yeah, that's really not a typical, but I mean, if you bought it way back then, it was.
Okay, it's 2,345 square feet.
Okay, well, it's not tiny.
It's not bad.
All right, but it's got all the nice stuff, the high-end white cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, marble countertops, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't look too shabby, but $2.2 million. Not that I'm seeing.
Oh.
Not that I'm seeing.
I'm going to have to pass then.
Well, I'm not interested if she's not interested.
Well, he and his wife Shannon actually live in their longtime mansion in Beverly Hills.
Right.
So this is a place that Gene bought back in '68, and he's just hung on to it. So, yeah, if you're interested.
How much do you want for it?
There you go, $2.2 million.
For a 2,000 square foot bungalow.
2,400 square feet. Amazing view.
Yeah. It's the property that you're paying for there.
Yeah, I suppose. And the fact that you're buying it from, Gene Simmons.
Right.
Exactly.
A little known fact, his younger brother's name is Richard Simmons. I don't know if you know that.
Never seen him in a picture together.
Yeah, that's his little brother. Okay, it's not really, but wouldn't that be fun?
I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I've met Richard Simmons.
Have you really?
Have you?
I really have.
Was he as fun in person as he seems to be?
He was alluded to. He was really very funny. I was surprised because there he was, and I'm going, oh yeah, I've seen this dude. He was hilarious.
Was he wearing a tank top and shorts?
He sure was, John.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's how I would expect to meet
I
him.
like Richard Simmons. I always have.
We should see if we can get him on the show.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
He's a really funny guy. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Let's do that.
Well, that's the criteria, isn't it, John?
These two make fun of me for the guests I have on this show. By the way, coming up in just a bit.
Speaking of guests.
It's a Thursday, so you're lucky I don't have a guest.
Oh.
But tomorrow I got Brian Posehn. He's a really funny guy, and he's been in a lot of stuff. And he really has. All right. Dan, thanks for coming in, man. We've got...
My pleasure, John.
Change Your Life Sweepstakes coming up tomorrow.
Oh, that's huge.
So excited about that.
So what you're saying that is there's going to be a winner of this tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow.
The rubbers meet in the road.
And by this time tomorrow, I think we will be drawing the name because we're going to be delivering it. We got to line up the armed security. We got to line up all of the other things. Close off some roads.
Undertaking is what it
is.
So all of that's going to be happening. And tomorrow at 10 a.m., we're going to get some video footage. We're going to throw this on our Facebook page. You'll be able to follow along for all the fun. But if you'd like to come today and eat some food out of a truck, I'm going to be at Zeal for their food truck event. It is today. There's a food truck. I'm playing music. We're eating food from a truck.
There we go.
There's probably more to it than that, but not much. Today from 11 to 1 at Zeal. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Wow.
Brought to you by Food in a Truck.
Truck food.
Food in a truck.
If you have a credit card, our friends at BetterCreditCards.com would like to make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and then see what you get for points and perks. Then go to BetterCreditCards.com to see if they can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you save money by getting a better credit card. Even if you don't have a credit card right now, you can check it out too at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com. Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, September 17th, 2020. The market got what it wanted from the Fed and more. The FOMC left its rates unchanged and indicated a low interest rate policy long into the future. The official statement says inflation could run well above the target 2% for an extended time. Individual members indicate the zero interest rate environment could last through the end of 2023. What this means for business is the ability to invest in operations without fear of the Fed. With interest rates on hold for an indefinite amount of time, investors should expect economic activity to continue to build. What this means for the market is this historic bull market is far from over, but there are still many risks. The number one risk, of course, is COVID-19. Even so, the Fed Chief Jerome Powell said social distancing and masks will aid the recovery. The Atlanta Fed is forecasting GDP will run above 25% in the third quarter. You can get the inside track in your inbox daily at MarketBeatMinute.com.